Hey everyone, how's it going, and welcome back to ROBOTBOY, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at Battlefield 5, a game that has not been surrounded in any controversy at all since its announcement earlier this year, and one that is said to be one of the best Battlefield games of all time. Okay, so obviously there was a little bit of controversy. However, the notion that this is set out to be one of the best Battlefield games of all time was genuinely not a sarcastic comment. The gameplay and systems in Battlefield 5 are looking to be the most refined and definitive that DICE have ever implemented into a game. New and innovative approaches to team play mechanics, fortifications, evolving game modes, stunning visuals, solid gameplay, and excellent sound design all lead Battlefield 5 to be the most solid, core first-person shooter experience that DICE may have ever produced. So where has it all gone wrong for them, and why do I not want to be part of this game just yet? So let's address the elephant in the room quickly before moving on to other issues: the social justice warrior agenda that people are claiming is plaguing this game. Admittedly, the first few trailers and attempts at marketing this game were atrociously and obnoxiously trying to send a strong message. I kind of understood what the message was, but it was one which I still don't understand who it was for and why. The last few trailers in recent weeks have been excellent, just focusing on the main gameplay experience. For a lot of people though, it's too late for DICE to redeem themselves, and they would never have bought this game anyway ever if there's a woman in the war, and they don't care to explain why, they just don't like it. Some people are just like that. But I was originally on board with showing more representations of different factions in World War II, and I welcomed it. But to make this very small initial experience that the game offers to be completely focused around almost entirely this was a strange and I think wrong decision. There are ways to show diversity and representation without throwing historical accuracy out the window. This is World War II. No matter what way you go about it, yes, this is DICE's World War II, and you can show off untold sides of the stories, but you at least need the told sides in there too. For example, Red Dead Redemption 2 dealt with this type of thing extremely well, I thought, allowing the white male protagonist to be the cowboy in a cowboy game. That's what you would expect, but surrounding him with minority characters that allowed for these diverse stories, settings, and gameplay opportunities to still be present in the game. In Battlefield 5, there's still no sight of the US, the Japanese, or the Russians either. It's odd, and DICE will add them in over time following the chronology of the war, but from a gameplay perspective, players just want to have this stuff already. Anyway, that's the social side of it out the way, so let's move on to the actual game itself, because there are more reasons why I'm not buying this game aside from that one. That's not really a main reason anyway, I just kind of wanted to touch on that anyway. For me, it's these issues really. Despite having excellent gameplay, Battlefield 5 falls short in other key areas. The war stories, for example, which I were hoping to be extremely exciting, profound, and expanded upon from Battlefield 1, are just kind of meh. Lackluster protagonists featuring these far-reaching versions of what actually happened in the history books. And no, I'm not talking about the Norwegian girl taking on the entire German army barehanded, despite that obviously being quite a stretch anyway. I'm more referencing actually the SBS mission where a criminal supposedly sets up the SBS and leads Britain to victory. Yeah, no. The French mission and the opening prologue tank mission were what I wanted more of from Battlefield 5's single player, massive all-out warfare where you really are just one person amongst thousands heading into battle. Of course, the multiplayer is designed to simulate these large-scale battles constantly, but sometimes just having a really well-scripted set piece to take part in and witness, where there's no focus on leveling up or having a plane flown into you by another player, instead just watching the reality of war unfold around you, is all you really need to make a great single-player war game. One of the stories hasn't even come out yet, for example, but that does look to be promising. However, that does lead us on to the next point: the lack of content at launch. DICE have already provided us with a very solid roadmap for the few months ahead, which is a good starting point. But what would have been a really good starting point is just having everything in the game at launch. I know this is physically impossible with the game releasing now, so I think the game could have really benefited therefore from just releasing early 2019. But we still get to play the game now at least, say hardcore fans, and yes, that is true, but a lot of people will drop off quick with such a lack of content, or like myself, not even buy the game at all yet because there's not enough there. Releasing the game later would at least mean everyone gets the most from their purchase at the same time, and most importantly would have pulled it out of one of the most chaotic autumn lineups of games for years, but you know, EA. This brings us on to another factor contributing to my decision, a factor that I think a mass amount of players are also considering heavily when deciding whether or not to purchase BF5. There are simply too many games out, or coming out right now. Everyone has their different tastes, so of course not everyone will be playing all of the games, but for me it's pretty manic. Red Dead Redemption 2 is still keeping me thoroughly entertained, and as soon as the online comes out in a few weeks, that will be the online game I'll be playing with my friends over Battlefield 5. I'm also looking forward to Just Cause 4 releasing early December, which I will want to sink my time into when playing solo. I'm actually a fan of Black Ops 4 Blackout mode for Battle Royale, and was excited at the prospect of how good a Battlefield 5 Battle Royale would be based on playing Call of Duty. I was like, if this is how good it is here, imagine what Battlefield will do with it. But seeing as it's now confirmed that Battlefield 5 Battle Royale isn't coming until next year, I'm just going to keep on with Call of Duty, which is something I never thought I would say. Additionally, and ironically, I'm a fan of DICE's other current title, Star Wars Battlefront 2, which is just seeing its first major set of content drops. Since release in November of last year, 2017, I've been waiting a whole year to get this content for their old game, and now DICE want me to play their new game instead? Nah, I want this content, I've been waiting long enough. So between Star Wars Battlefront 2, Black Ops 4 and Red Dead Redemption 2 for online, and Just Cause 4 and Red Dead Redemption 2 for single player for me, oh, and even Spider-Man DLC 2 which is coming out, I and other gamers simply do not have enough time in a day. That's not even to mention Smash Bros is coming out on the Switch as well, so it's chaos. So to conclude, when the madness dies down and Battlefield 5 starts getting new content, more content, and the game does flesh out and becomes more recognizable as the World War II we truly wanted to see depicted in a modern 2018 Battlefield game, I will purchase the game. I just really feel like they've missed the mark here at launch, and for now, however, it does need to do some hard work to get on track in the first place. So that's it, everyone. Please do leave your ideas and thoughts in the comments below. Are you going to be picking up Battlefield 5 at launch? Has any of this controversy affected your opinions and thoughts on the game? Are you just going to get it either way? Have you been turned off by it? Are you excited to get it? Is it your first Battlefield game? Do let me know in the comments below. As always, please give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and do subscribe to join me on this journey if you haven't done so already. I've got some merch up on Redbubble if you want to purchase any funky retro ROBOTBOY items, and if you're feeling super generous, please do head over to my Patreon to help support the channel, and the links to both of those are in the description below. And with that, I'll see you all in the next video.